Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel.
That's right, y'all. Welcome back to the Radical Wasteland podcast. It's Greg the Ghoul here with my human companion, Harris, and our joining us again this week is our Fallout neophyte, Sarah.
Yes.
We are here kicking it, talking about episode 5, season 2 of Fallout on Amazon Prime. And holy crap, that's all I got to say after that last episode.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot. They hit the accelerator finally on this thing. You know, they've been building up a lot of stuff, and now I feel like stuff's about to all come crashing around. You know, these hands are rated E for everybody, according to Lucy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Lucy's taking a complete turn.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's
She's getting that dose of reality. Now, I think that this is a lovely we saw that regression in her character back to her sunny, happy, vaulty disposition at the beginning of season 2. We all expressed a little frustration about it.
Yeah,
but,
honestly.
Not to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so that there was going to be a guard. That was the journey. It wasn't just static and one-dimensional. Yep. She is dealing with losing her humanity in the wasteland. And I think that, man, it's just been an incredible journey watching her and everything that she's got to do. I don't know. Oh my God, but we got so much to cover. We got Hank, we got the Ghoul, we got Cliffhanger City, 3 separate cliffhangers at the end of this last episode, which they built up to and stuck the landings on perfectly. Yeah. So you know, there's just so much going on. You've heard me ramble on for a minute here. Harris, Sarah, what'd you guys think of the episode? And then we'll jump into specifics.
Well, I loved it. I liked that turn that Lucy takes of, you know, like she's finally like, you know, where'd the golden rule go when she went into the back door of that shop? And that was a great scene too. That discussion she has with that guy that obviously, anyway, well, we could talk about it more later, but Twin Peaks reference. I missed that. Okay. Anyway, it was just really good. I mean, the Death Claw, I wanted more. They just kind of showed up and then they ran away and that was it. But I guess I'm sure we'll see them again later.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the centerpiece of the episode, the greatest part is that scene with Cooper and House. That's
oh my God, yeah.
The awesomeness of this episode right there.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Awesome. That leaned into, and there have been a bunch of people complaining online that Robert House wouldn't do that, but also just do the ending where you eat the platinum chip, and Robert House would yell at somebody for a few minutes.
He's absolutely a megalomaniac, guys. I mean, he has this carefully cultivated image of being like this prescient, omnipotent altruistic billionaire who is going to be daddy god for everybody. And the second that you cross him, he becomes a petty, vindictive little bitch. That is actually canon in the game. So him flipping out the minute that the Ghoul pushes him is not at all out of character.
No. If anything, it makes more sense.
It's a fragile ego. It's a fragile, fragile, small, petty ego. Small, fragile, petty narcissist. And, obviously, someone who thinks that just because he's got the world at his feet because of his resources, he thinks he's entitled to everything. And the second he doesn't get what he wants, throws tantrum, So this is 100% within keeping with the character. And I think that there's a number of, the Howard Hughes references are piling high and deep. And I think there are a few more modern references with parallels we can easily draw. So,
definitely.
In a big way. The one thing that I did really find interesting about this episode, and you kind of hinted almost at it at the beginning of when you were talking a second ago, was Lucy.
Yeah.
Losing her humanity. I find it interesting, and it also still makes sense. I was there. I was rolling my eyes just a little bit at the Legion stuff whenever it was playing out just at the moment, because it was just a little odd, not what we expected, sure, but it makes sense nonetheless. After digesting it a little bit longer, Lucy lost more of her humanity, not while with the Legion and seeing what they did, but with the events after it and right before. she got, and it's possible, and it's even plausible in a lot of the playthroughs and just things that people are used to. But the Legion isn't what broke her. The Mojave is.
Yeah,
and that I find very interesting. She
Absolutely.
and Cooper mimicking the Courier in their own ways.
Yeah, they are. I've heard people comparing Maximus Lucy and the Ghoul as Lucy is your first playthrough, Maximus is your second playthrough, the Ghoul is like your 20th playthrough.
Right.
Shooting around. No,
that
know
would
exactly.
make sense. I mean, not that I know, but that makes sense.
But yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
He's sitting there with a rope around his neck, like, it wasn't that a shop over there? What happened to Darla? She was nice and reasonable, or whatever. And
They're like, I've got this quick save, guys. Don't worry. I'm going to shoot all the quest givers in the face in a second and then reload, and we're going to carry on like it's nothing. So yeah.
Hey, that's a good point too, Stanley's. I think it's more the drugs talking or the come down rather than her losing her humanity.
Yeah. No, I think that the drugs are part of her losing her humanity. I think it's part and parcel of it, but it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, she didn't choose to take drugs the first time, and you could argue that the later doses that she took were all resulting from the addiction that was forced upon her.
Yes.
But that, first off, I've never seen buff out used for medical uses, but there are strong parallels to that in real life where, medical heroin, there's medical grade heroines, the Oxycontin and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's misuse of these drugs that causes a lot of problems. But I think that the drug addiction and the drug use is part of survival in the Mojave. All right. And that is, and it comes at a cost. It's all part and parcel. And it is life in the Mojave. The thing is that she's now, because, she goes into the store and sees the shopkeeper dead and naked and finds some imposter behind the register in his clothes that are super ill-fitting. It's very easy to see what happened here. And then she winds up, she shoots to wound and winds up killing the guy. Now she's killed somebody in cold blood, unintentional. She didn't mean to kill the guy; she only meant to maim him. But she straight up, murked the dude. I'm
still not convinced those ghouls in the last episode prior were
all feral. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But hey, they're just ghouls, right? I mean, and drug-induced madness is not an excuse for war crimes. Sorry. So I think that she's coming down into the cold light of day. She's been, and the thing is, what we've seen her do the last couple of episodes, which I thought has been fantastic, is rationalizing. She's arguing that the evil that she's doing is for the greater good, but that comes with a price. You're selling your soul bit by bit every time you compromise one of your beliefs and one of your morals for the greater good, quote unquote. That comes with a price, and it adds up. And at one point, the bill comes fucking due.
Yep.
And at a certain point, she's sacrificing morals for morals at the same time, which I find super interesting. When she gets into the shop, is, hey, you know what? I just chose half a second ago. I could have taken more drugs with Coop, or I could have gone to the Addictol and thrown up and just gotten it all out. I'm gonna do the Addictol. I'm gonna get off drugs. I know it's the right thing to do. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Go into the shop. Kill somebody in cold blood to get those drugs. I mean, the choose which moral you're going to go for, and the showing that
it's moral flexibility, moral relativity. Peter, you're not far off. Not that we want to dive into. I think the parallels are very obvious, and I think that they're self-explanatory. Yeah. I know that I am emotionally exhausted and very upset at the state of the world, and I want to talk about Fallout for escapism for now, rather than dive into reality at the moment. But you're not wrong. So we see you. We're just not going down that path right now because we just want to. I have to deal 22 and a half hours a day with reality. I want to take this hour and a half and escape for a minute. So, and
the writers didn't plan on any of this. That was a year and a half ago.
And the funny thing is like there's just to touch on this a little bit more. God, I just said I didn't want to go in this direction, but we're going to do it. But you bring it up because the writers, you know, I pointed out that I got on Reddit and was making some comments and discussing in some threads, and I pointed out how House was very much like Elon Musk, and the parallels were there because Elon Musk has a lot of parallels between Howard Hughes, and you know, there's a lot of similarities there. And boy, oh boy, yeah, I should have brought my asbestos suit, but the fanboys came out strong.
I got a Jurassic World poncho for you if that.
Yeah, because their guy can their boy can do no wrong. But what was the point I was trying? Oh yeah, a lot of folks also get very upset or got very upset at Glass Onion saying that the billionaire character in that it was like, oh, Musk. Well, just timeline wise, Glass Onion was written, you know, it was rewritten for the pandemic, but it was written a very, very long time, or it was written months to years before it came out, because, you know, these things take time. And the same thing with the TV series. They actually spent months. All these scripts were locked months before they shot, unlike Stranger Things season 5, which don't get me fucking started on that. I hate this trend in Hollywood where they just start shooting when the scripts aren't done just to fit deadlines. And it's like, I hate that. But but my point is, and I'm sorry, this is a long ramble. You know, the cartoon mustache twirling billionaire supervillain. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're just making fun of Musk," and it's like, well, if he didn't act like such a fucking cartoon supervillain, maybe there wouldn't be an obvious parallel. But these things were written and created before the fucker went crazy. Anyway,
I mean, just to sum that up in general, we all know the old saying, "Life imitates art, and art imitates life."
Yeah, art absolutely imitates life. It is the job, and science fiction in particular, it is the job of the genre of science fiction to be the mirror that I'm grabbing my coffee, that humanity looks into, to see itself and to grow and learn and get better and see where it can improve, and to confront the rot inside of it. So so that's literally sci-fi doing its job.
And in Fallout, I don't want to confront the rot because I like the ghouls.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the ghouls.
I'm okay.
I don't want them to rot away.
One in particular.
Yeah. You know what? I don't want to derail just the thought of the conversation from the episode itself. But going forward,
we're gonna get back to that.
I did see a really interesting theory. I saw one dumb theory, just researching after the whole episode, and one interesting theory. The dumb theory, which is still kind of fun but dumb, is that the Chicken Man is actually the courier after being lobotomized from Big Mountain.
Oh shit!
And it's a funny little headcanon, but I don't like that theory. It's just it was kind of a funny little dumb one. The good theory that I was intrigued about is, why call him the ghoul? There's so many other ghouls. He wasn't the first ghoul. No, it's not like all the other ghouls just happened right a few minutes after him. He wasn't number one. He
wasn't the first.
He might be walking around the Wasteland a lot more than your average Joe and doing a lot more. But why is he the ghoul? Why isn't he just Coop? Or
I don't know, maybe his reputation.
It's cowboy shit. It's the man with no name. It is that reputation. It is
the theory.
It's the fact that he's no longer Cooper Howard. He's not the star. He's not the celebrity. He's just the shell of the man he used to be.
He's still Coop searching for Barbara and Janie. He's never stopped searching. He's still Coop in his heart.
Absolutely.
The
theory,
his heart, but I think he's been, really, he is someone who has been worn down by his time in the Mojave. Absolutely.
Well, and Stanley just says probably most those that meet him don't know his name or live to tell others.
Yep.
We know otherwise because everywhere he goes, people know who he is. They're like, oh, we have a bounty on you. Oh, you caused us trouble back then. Oh, you're doing this. So the thought of that theory that I saw, which I do like, and it is a little convoluted, is that, hey, we're going to see we didn't really get to see inside of Janie and Barbara's cryo chambers, right?
Right. Just the names. Mm-hmm.
What if right next to them, there's a cryo chamber that says Cooper Howard?
How would that work?
Who's the synth? Cooper Howard or the Ghoul.
Oh shit! Everybody's looking
thing.
for synths, man. What is it? What is this? The fucking Nostromo, and we're an alien.
I think so.
Everybody's looking for the synth.
I think so. It's got to happen.
I know nothing of this, so there's synths.
Synths are very humanoid androids that aren't aware that they're androids.
They're the best version of AI in a sense because they don't even realize they are. They're just living.
And they are products of the Institute and the Enclave. But the Institute, which is your sci-fi dystopian nightmare organization out of Boston that's been trying to remake the Commonwealth into a utopia, they've been creating synths to go around and replace people. They've been cloning people as synths, or they've been building android versions of people and then quietly replacing them. MIT, and having lived in Boston and been to MIT, not that I attended school there, I went to Emerson across the river. But that fucking tracks is all I'm going to tell you. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I really like the theory because the one thing that Fallout has done so far is pick up on every thread that it's laid down.
Yes.
Except one. Michael Emerson in the Enclave.
That's true. Yeah.
Which we know he didn't come from Boston. We know he didn't have to walk far because he got to I keep wanting to call her Mama June. That's not the right name. What is Barb and the other old lady from the season 1 that they see in this episode?
They were great in this episode.
Is it Mama June?
That's Mama June. Yeah.
Because Mama June's from Honey Boo Boo too, and I want to make sure there's not the same person.
No. But they were in Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, they were in Philly. I'm not convinced the Enclave, who may have teamed up with the Institute for all we know. Two technological powerhouses that were realistically more of the Enclave probably took the Institute over and grabbed its tech, if anything. If the Institute was still alive.
The Enclave has the remnants of the U.S. government backing it, and that includes a lot of the military resources that were not lost in the Great War. So that would track.
They have alien tech. Their power armor is stronger than the regular power armor you see. I mean, it's a very interesting faction that has only been. We got the government. Some of the remnants of Enclave folk last season. Government MINT because they don't know how to spell it in the Wasteland,
Not a lot of schools around.
No, not too many.
Don't need that. Don't need that reading and writing and arithmetic.
The Enclave and synths, I think, are two things that are quintessential Fallout because we've even gotten Zayden stuff in the show already.
That's true.
The only, I think, element of Fallout lore that they haven't talked about in the Fallout show at all, because we've at least gotten Enclave kind of things going on, and synths, I guess, haven't directly been talked about. Harkness wasn't a synth, surprise, surprise, but Harkness harkens back to synths from Fallout 4.
The everybody's a synth theories that are going around feel like conformity gate to me. Like it's Fallout's conformity gate. It's like, who's the synth? It's like, bro, there's no indicator that anybody's a synth in this thing at the moment. And
they haven't even said that they exist. They haven't even
lampshaded it or given any sort of indicator that there's like body snatcher shit or that there's any sort of synth stuff happening. It feels like wish fulfillment. That's the twist to make the storyline that I didn't like go the way that I wanted to go,
Sure, but I not in the same way like Stranger Things or anything of that sense.
No, but it's the similar vibe on a much smaller scale.
Yeah, but I don't know because that's something that's so quintessentially part of Fallout that you could expect it to pop. That could pop up in any episode, and then the opposite end of that, where that was never going to happen, is kind of like, I should have kept my options open at the same time. Fallout could do anything at any time, and it wouldn't necessarily surprise us. That being said, I don't subscribe to Coop being a synth, although that would be interesting, and that is interesting that the Ghoul rather than Coop there. If there is a likely candidate for a synth, there's one person. Which, how the hell is she not aged? She didn't get an vault. She's not a Ghoul.
Moldaver?
Kate Williamson, a.k.a. Lee Moldaver.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're done seeing her.
Oh,
I
no.
think she's going to come back at one point, and I think it'll mostly be flashbacks. But I have a feeling, I don't know, that if she is a synth, then we'll see her pop up in she'll pop back up in the current timeline. But I thought that was very interesting. How she's got the easy solution, she's got the poison, she's got everything, and Coop decides to go his own way. And I don't think that. And we're what I liked about this episode. First off. What I liked about this episode is that it built on what we saw last episode, which was the ghoul afraid.
Yes.
The ghoul has been cool, calm, collected all the way up until this point. And the second that he sees the death claws, we have these PTSD flashbacks. Yeah. And we have like these moments of just like, oh shit. Okay. Now if the ghoul's scared, we need to be scared. It's what is the trope of the Worf rule? If the baddie can beat up Worf in one punch, you're in trouble. Yeah. What I liked is that not only did we see the ghoul afraid this episode, but fallible, and seeing him repeat the same mistakes of his past. And these glorious parallels between, with his drinking and riding the bomb versus his drinking alone, dealing with the fact that he was there to sell out Lucy, and he's really coming to terms with the fact that this is a Dark Tower level betrayal.
Well, and those parallels were just beautifully shot too.
Yeah,
and edited. The editing there was just
it was really good,
smooth, sweet, and
so good. And Walton Goggins, man. Dude, he can read.
He can act.
He just, the guy's incredible. Yeah.
So who do you guys think is because House was talking about he's worried he's not the House because he always says the House always wins.
Yeah.
Like he might not be the House.
That was a fascinating moment. That made my jaw drop. I'm with Harris on this. I think it's the Enclave. I think it's
that's the one line that makes me lean.
It's the only group that got that has had a presence since the beginning of the show that hasn't been around for a minute, and they're just waiting in the wings. Yeah, I think it's them, and I agree. Harris, you got a thought?
Everyone is in civil war right now. No one's going to come out unscathed.
Yeah.
If anything, most of these different respective factions are going to come out probably worse for wear. They're totally already. I mean, we're set up for season 3. I mean, we're moving and grooving and gunning towards it. If anything.
Yeah.
Are all of these factions going to have to be kind of brought together, similar to New Vegas in different ways, against the Enclave this time rather than the Legion? Are we going to have Legion remnants and Legion and NCR remnants working together at a point, almost similar to the Divide? Has the Mojave taken such a toll on them that there's only really one way out of it, and if teaming up is surpassing death from the Enclave, it's your only option. Enemy of my enemy.
So we have like an Avengers coming together moment of all of the desert factions against the Enclave.
Maybe, or I'm thinking maybe season 3 we're gonna have to see some of this. I would assume that the Enclave would come in and start wrecking more havoc, if anything, where they decimate what is left of the tribes after this season ends further, which forces Macaulay Culkin, the whoever's left of the Brotherhood, whoever's left of whichever other respective faction, and wherever they find the rest of these NCR holdouts, if Lucy Ghoul Maximus, because it seems like they do kind of get together again by the end of this season, near Freeside, Vegas, one or the other, the Strip, something. The culminating fight would be the Enclave, if anything. Like if there is, just because Avengers level threats are kind of where brains go nowadays. Since 2012, that framework is pretty open to
all the diverse identities coming together and for the greater good to defeat the big bad. Yeah. in a big CGI enriched fight.
The Enclave's the only one I can think of that fits that bill realistically. The Brotherhood would, but we've seen how splintered they already are.
Well, it also depends on, like what's the state of the Enclave, because I mean they
looked pretty good in season 1.
Fallout 2, I mean, you leave Frank Horrigan in a pool of his own blood, and the oil rig blows up. Now, granted, that facility that Wizzig escaped from looked to be pretty functional,
Pretty functional.
So and pretty well supplied.
Enough resources to keep having dog breeding programs, and dogs eat a lot of food.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this could be right. I think right now they're probably best suited as the invisible hand moving the pieces. But yeah, at one point there will have to be some sort of head-on collision with them. When at one point they will reveal themselves and try to assert dominance over or maybe they'll be content to keep moving stuff in the shadows and let the do everything sock puppet style, because then you're playing whack-a-mole against a Hydra, but you're not ever killing the core.
The other option is if Hank's a mole to anybody, it's the Enclave.
Yeah, probably.
It's House or the Enclave. It's one or the other.
Yeah. And after this episode, I don't think it's House.
I don't think it's House.
No, I think House, Mr. I can calculate the future, is realizing that there's a rounding error in his math, and it's because it's a variable he didn't account for.
Well, and the one thing I think that does lean towards, Hank could be a buddy of House, is how comfortable he was just walking around at the party with his briefcase, literally walking in saying, "Oh, I'm an assassination target wearing this thing. But I'm at Lucky 38. I'm good. I'm hanging." So he was super comfortable around Robert House, the Lucky 38, that and whole thing. So that doesn't not lean away from there. But I think the realistic option is the Enclave. And who knows? Maybe Hank's playing 3 different cards.
My question is what's in the box? What's in the box?
I thought it was the cold fusion thing, but I guess never mind. It wasn't. It's not what it would be.
He's got cold fusion. Then what does he need any of that? Yeah. What does he need Hoover Dam for? What does he need anything else for? Because at that point, he's got, infinite energy at that point. So
I think it's the keys to whatever FEV is going to happen.
Ooh.
And there was another theory. I've read 3 interesting theories this week. One was the dumb one with the chicken man. One was the Coop being a synth, which led into Lee Moldaver being a synth. And I like the Lee Moldaver being a synth more than I do.
That tracks more because, she how did she survive 200 years? Yeah.
Right.
And the other one, which I do find interesting, is that what if Moldaver went up to the vault, had, Lucy's mom's Pip Boy, so was able to get in. But she expected, because she went there with a bunch of raiders, she was expecting to go take over that vault, if anything. Get there, the vault's gone into shambles. Everyone's dead already. They killed themselves in there. No crops, no nothing. It's been a long time. Well, you know what? Change of plans. Let me go to that terminal. Oh, there's supposed to be a marriage here in a couple months. They haven't talked to us in a couple months. Okay, well, we'll come back at this time. Here are all these old vault suits. Here we go.
Yeah.
If their plan, because she was with a bunch of raiders. That's what they were. So it seems like their plan was to take over these vaults. They did. They went over and slaughtered a bunch of vault people.
Yeah.
It would have made sense for them to start with 32 and work their way over. Not do the whole charades game that they did. If that were to be the case, and that was the initial plan, just to go in there, what took out Vault 32? Sure, they had their famine or whatever, but at that point,
why didn't the other vaults know about it?
If you were the overseer and you knew you had and there's a box missing from Vault 32 that Vault 33 has, is that box the FEV box that the overseer released onto the populace, and that's why the vault destroyed itself prior to Moldaver coming in? I really like that theory.
That's a good theory. That's a spicy meat the ball. I like it.
who knows where the hell it's going to go, but I really like the theory so far. You know, we got to wait and see.
Is that why Eye Patch wants that box or whatever? That was Hank's box?
I think what you're going to find inside the keepsake box is that silver MacGuffin that was strapped to Hank's wrist. That's starting to add up. Yeah, because that's a Chekhov's gun at this point. Yeah, that box is a Chekhov's gun, and then it ties right into Norm's plot line. And boy, oh boy, great cliffhanger there. Norm getting choked the fuck out on the ground. Poor Norm.
What's he wake up to? Shoot.
Yeah, he's gonna wake up strapped to a thing getting injected full of FEV is what he's gonna wake up to. I've heard theories that poor little small frame Norm is gonna wind up the first super mutant, because I think that I'm really buying into the idea that Thaddeus is going Chimera, not mutant or not ghoul, you know, because it's the mouth with the teeth on the shoulder, you know.
I don't see why a ghoul couldn't necessarily have that, but also there's about 30 years of Fallout lore at this point, and not a lick of it says anything about ghouls having body parts on their necks that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And there are other characters that do.
They're intelligent zombies that don't crave brains, you know. That's what they are, you know. Except the feral ones crave human flesh. Yeah.
Y'all got to go see 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. You just made me think of that.
My God,
so good.
On my I flew to North Carolina last week for my dad's 70th birthday, and I had a 5 a.m. flight out of Burbank, and I'm on the plane, and the lady next to me starts watching 28 Years Later, and I fall asleep, and there were she jumped so many times watching this thing that kept waking me up as I was asleep. I was ready to kill this lady. I was like, God damn it. But I remember because it was 28 years later. I was like, this is not airplane watching.
We went to go see it at a house yesterday. It was all my roommates' days off and everything. So we went to go to the movies kind of midday. And we watched the first one, 28 Years Later. Not the first one, but the first of these two. Just prior to going to see it, and one of our friends came in, and she walked in on the intro of the movie and was like, "What the hell are you guys watching?" And then it goes so serene. It's such a beautiful movie. It's so calm and so serene. And then there's just like 3 or 4 or 5 moments of just insanity. And she walked out of the room for all the like serene moments. It would come back during all the insane moments. We're like, yeah, you're timing this really badly. This is not working well.
Yeah.
But it's so good. More peanuts, please. Oh, the original dwellers in Vault 32 found out about the Vault Tech experiment. They graffitied the wall saying so. That's right.
Yeah.
So now we know that the experiment is FEV.
Yep. And it's all coming together. Yep.
If that leads credence to that kind of theory, which I think it does, honestly, I think the Vault storyline with 32 and 33 here is going to be pretty intense. Is Betty going to find a way to open the box? And if it is FEV, does she hold it over Stephanie's head to get their water chip? Or does she release the virus in their like air conditioning units or in their vents or something? And does she go steal the water chip?
Yeah.
Right.
Is Betty the mole? Is Stephanie the mole? It seems like one of them's still a mole inside of here. And it seems like it's got to be one of those two as well. My money's on Stephanie, but...
Well, Betty seems to be pragmatic about everything, being like, look, you know, the experiment's over. Now it's about survival. And Stephanie is like, oh, no, we're pushing the red button, you know? And
it's just me and my kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm just Googling Vault 32 graffiti. And
you can share it in here if you want.
Yeah. Oh, my God. All right. So this is from Universal Fan Fest or Horror Nights. And this is they had it. They had it in there's looking at Instagram carousel because there is an image in there.
Could you send it in private chat?
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Here we go. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I want to say it's about 9 or 10 images in the carousel but Vault 32 graffiti with a skeleton in front of it. That they've been. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. One more, I think. No, 2 more. One more.
Did he
There
stick a hand in? He did stick his hand in the toaster.
Yep.
We know the truth.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
and there's the Vault Survivor pack that they were selling at Universal Studios if you wanted to get your own Vaulty equipment. Oh,
Right.
Speaking of, we should touch on this real fast. The Fallout Shelter reality show.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes, I saw.
Yeah, I sent it to my wife. She's like, that's madness and insane. She's like, don't get yourself killed.
And we've
So-
all
Right.
applied.
It actually is a good concept for a reality show. I mean, it's
It
kind of like
really
those
is.
experiments they do, don't they, for people that are going to go maybe live on Mars or whatever. They
Yeah,
make
well,
it
and
these
they also
people-
did
yeah.
Biodome, which was
Yeah.
parodied in the movie
Mhm.
Biodome. You know,
Oh yeah.
Viva los Biodomes. Yeah. It's classics.
It's gonna be. I'm not a big reality TV person. Game shows are the reality TV that I can kind of go towards.
Mhm.
Big Brother in a Vault. It's
Yeah.
not.
Basically,
It's not.
yeah.
I think reality. I mean, Fallout Shelter is going to be excellent by the sounds of it. It's the same people that did the Squid Games Netflix actual competition show.
Mhm.
And
Which,
I've only
out
seen
of
a
all
little
the
bit.
shows to make a real show, it's like a little twisted, you know. But they've got if they're gonna go that twisted with it, then this is the right way for them to go because they'll bring the fucked up humor. And
Prime's willing to do it. They already let Mr. Beast get the closest thing to in real life Squid Games there is besides the Squid Games game.
yeah,
So
Netflix has the brand. Mr. Beast has got the has actually got like the oh god, this feels bad, man. Although a buddy of mine was on the first season of Beast Games.
yeah, I knew too many people in there.
Yeah.
And they all took it far too seriously for far too long. Sorry, y'all. Love all of you, but it's Beast Games. You're getting there for 20 minutes.
Yeah, you get your 5
Um,
minutes of fame, maybe. You know.
Yeah, my roommate was in it, and he did a big sacrifice in the first episode, like a whole thing, like the whole row got to survive because he sacrificed himself, and the rest of the 500 people in the other parts all left. So he was the big decision maker there. You want to guess how much screen time they gave him?
10 seconds.
Mhm.
Half of 1 second. They only showed him falling down the chute. They didn't even. He was
Wow.
he tried on camera, had like a big emotional moment with him, like. Yeah, I'm sacrificing myself for everybody else. Like I'm doing it for my mom who passed, and all these like it was like a good moment he had.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they used Zip. It was
Yeah,
like, well, sorry, buddy. Like,
yeah. Reality TV sucks. I mean, I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
That said, I'm really torn about whether I want to apply to this or not. I mean, I
already
hate this stuff. I think it's exploitative.
Right.
And I think it's trash TV. I'm not a fan. I think it just takes advantage of
Right.
people and puts them in ridiculously stressful positions just so you can watch emotional breakdowns. I mean, it really feels like torture porn in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's a fucking Fallout Vault. It's like,
and
damn.
Fallout's supposed to be that, you know? It kind of.
Yeah.
Are they going to give everybody the jumpsuits and everything? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued because it seems like at first when we were hearing about it like a month ago, 3 weeks ago, whenever the news,
Yeah.
it seems like they're going to be doing a show like this.
Mhm.
It sounded like your participants were going to be overseers, but I don't think that's the case now. I think it
No,
seems
you're
like they're
dwellers.
vault dwellers, and then there's either a prime specific person that ends up being your overseer, or it would be interesting to have different vaults almost celebrity cameoed, and it'd be even cooler if those celebrities were Fallout actors or something of the sort, but
Right.
as overseers, something of the sort. I don't know, but it's going to be a fun game. I'm with you. I'm not big on reality shows in any which way, but
it's kind of cool. Like, I don't know. The concept is kind of cool, but man,
And if it keeps helping pay for more seasons of regular Fallout,
they
seasons a year.
They don't need that help. They're fine, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
But there are people who see an opportunity here to tell some interesting stories and have, and basically put people behind glass and tap on the glass and agitate them and, make some money off of content. So yeah, exactly. I don't know. I have a hard and fast rule about no reality TV. And I was in with a couple of game show casting directors for a while, and they kept offering me different game shows to be on or try to submit to be on. And I got to be on a few of them. I did Let's Make a Deal, and I did Ringo, and I did a few others. But when they offered, what was the one with the lie detector that was on Fox, where they kept asking you progressively harder questions? They do a whole lie detector.
I vaguely remember that. I don't know.
Were you lying or were you telling the truth? And it was all, and they would always have like weirdly vague gotcha, vaguely phrased questions that could go either way. That was like the gotcha, and it would always make you look like the shittiest person possible.
Right.
And they offered me to be on that one, and I'm just like, no. I don't care if I could win $1 million. There's things that you just don't need. There's situations you don't need to put yourself into to be. Yeah.
Yeah, do some free advertising. Well, we wearing SciTrek vault suits instead. We'll throw them off. Can we have a sponsor?
They tightly control those interviews and everything. There is no unauthorized advertising. Right. These things are they try to make them look so natural, but they are so tightly choreographed and so tightly reined in. They already tell you what you're going to say before you say it.
If not, they coach you the right direction.
Yep.
Where essentially all you have left to say is what they want you to.
Yep, 100%. Yeah. So it's very, very particular. But I mean, in theory, Littlefinger, in theory.
Coaching a specific set of dialogue almost sounds like Hank and the Chicken Man to me.
Yeah. Oh, hey, way to bring it back. Wait, I was actually just about to be like, anyway, but no, you did it organically, and now I'm fucking it up by calling it out. But really, really well done. I'm impressed. So we'll put a pin in Fallout Shelter for the moment, but we'll come back to that maybe next week. But yes, let's get back to man, what a great fake out, by the way. What a great fake out where they panned and they went to the window.
Right. But I knew it was going to work on him. I was like, it's going to work on the Chicken Man.
It had to, but I was so ready for that head to pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, true. There's actually a good chance I can't go because I did Let's Make a Deal within a year of it.
They'll also say, don't tell anybody you're an actor. That's the other thing is that they don't like they hate it when they have when I go, I can never say anything about being an actor. Almost everybody on these shows is an actor, and they are not allowed to talk about it. They like having actors because actors are comfortable talking on camera, but they don't like anybody admitting that they're an actor because it makes everything feel fake.
Right.
Yeah.
Hollywood magic.
Sorry, I'm just pulling.
I don't think they're fooling anybody.
Bullshit right now because fuck them.
Good. No more curtains, only vault doors.
That's right.
All there can be.
I'm going to put all my emotions behind a vault door right now. There we go.
It's the safest place to keep them locked up.
100%. Yep. Buried deep down until they come exploding out of me like a death claw, like we saw the death claws in this episode, which were actually practical costumes, as I found out because I mentioned during the stream. Yep, that is the point, Littlefinger. I'm here to ruin everything for you. Hollywood is all illusion. The ghoul is just a dude in makeup with some CGI to remove his nose,
No.
Yeah. Walton Goggins has a nose, guys.
I thought he took it off for this.
I know. He's so fucking method that I half expected him to cut it off just for the role. I mean, like, way to not commit, bro. You're going
to be telling me next thing that Ray Fiennes still has a nose after playing Voldemort, and I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Have you seen the menu?
No, I did see him in a movie yesterday, though. 28
Okay.
years later. The Bone
He was in 28 years later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is. It
Really
might
good plastic
be.
surgery. Yeah.
Oh my! He might be. That character might be one of my favorite characters in the last 10 years of anything. It's so good, so subtle, so well acted.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a master of his craft. Yeah, absolutely.
So reality shows aren't really reality. Who'd have thunk it? Smoking mirrors.
100%. Yep.
Smoking mirrors, just like what Hank's
That's
doing.
right. I'm bitter and angry at the Stanleys, and now I'm just ruining it for everybody.
Yeah, no, Hank and Chicken Man right there threw me for a whirl. Because first of all, I guess I didn't want to see where the Fisto scene was going to end up, but I just wanted to play out for another about 5 seconds.
I think it was pretty obvious where it was going to end up. Fisto.
I just wanted to hear Fisto say, "Get into position" or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Harris, have you had relations with Fisto in your playthroughs?
A playthrough or two.
Okay.
Not most of
dabbled.
them.
You've dabbled.
You got to dabble every now and then. Give it the old college try, you know.
Yeah.
The courier has to
keep their options open. It's lonely out there in the Mojave.
You got to post those parcels where you can. I don't know. It's there's too many euphemisms there. Anyway, Chicken Man.
Chicken Man. All right.
I do love his conversation with Fisto right before he gets whacked on the head with a big old pole. Was
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I've had to do things that I shouldn't have, and we know it was chickens that he's been keeping his time with instead of Fisto. If that is a lobotomized courier, sorry, pal.
Yeah, I don't buy the lobotomized courier. They're not gonna show the lone wanderer. They're not gonna show the courier. They're not gonna show any of the player characters because they don't want to canonize one particular. You know, because you can customize these characters to reflect whatever you want them to reflect. You know, and the idea is that the player is supposed to see themselves. And if you canonize these characters to be any one individual, then they are no longer the avatar of the player. So they're not. They're not going to.
Why people were upset with Fallout 4 when it came out?
Yeah,
is nobody wanted to be Nate and Nora. They wanted to be literally anybody they could create for the whole.
Exactly. You know, it's
understandable.
Yeah, they want to play themselves. It's self-insert wish fulfillment. Yeah. You know,
still love the game, but I understand the
I get it.
Reputation there.
Yeah, although I think we'd be much more likely to see Nate and Nora show up because they are Nate and Nora, not the lone wanderer, not the not the vault dweller, not the courier. Although I think if we were to see the courier show up, I think that they would be a masked character of indeterminate gender. You know, so. Probably in some sort of like armor or something like that. They might show up like the mysterious stranger or something like that, and in the hour of need, the hero returns. Kind of shit.
Right.
I want them to do mysterious stranger or Lady Luck so bad. I just don't know how they play that.
Oh yeah. No, I would love to see them pop up at one point too. I just want to hear that guitar twang, like. Yeah, and then
they did play that Lady Luck song when Chicken Man was walking to Vegas.
Yeah, from Guys and Dolls.
I love that cut in of him fighting the roach.
From Guys and Dolls. Oh, and when he beating up the fucking rad roach. That shit was hilarious. I loved it. I laughed out loud. That was so, and then he just dusted off and kept going. I was like, that tracks. Yep. This is a guy who stomped rad roaches before.
And gotten very close to dying probably 80% of the time. But
100%.
He keeps moving. He's our Chicken Man. No longer.
Yep, no longer.
He never was our Chicken Man.
Now he is a mind slave to Hank. Which also him showing up in that hotel room at the end, my God, that was chilling. That was creepy.
And he played it super well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Colin McLaughlin's killing it this season.
I did find it intriguing because, excuse me. when Lucy and the ghoul are in Vault 24 and Hank is mind controlling the flea soup lady's son in there, he is talking through there. It seems it's almost like he's using the guy as a microphone.
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
In this episode, Chicken Man was very much talking for himself and saying, "No, I don't have permission to do that. Oh no, I need to bring you back here. You have to do this. Your father wants you to do that." He was talking as himself.
Yes.
In a mind-controlled state.
I think it's proof that the technology's gotten better.
Okay.
Or Hank is being savvy and not wanting it to, not wanting to let them know that he's seeing everything through their eyes and ears.
He knows how it turned out last time. He's trying a different approach.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
So
that was a little bit.
I think it's a little ambiguous, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's seeing everything through Chicken Man's eyes and ears, and that's how he knows where to go and what happened and what's going on so quickly, and then is able to react so fast. You know?
Yeah.
He's not waiting for Chicken Man to come back and be like, "Hey, boss, guess what? You know, it's I already know, you idiots, and now you're ruining my evil plan."
We're in episode 6. We have 6, 7, 8 left.
Yeah.
It almost feels like I'm really intrigued. I'm glad I said before. I'm gonna say it in a different order. I'm very intrigued to see where both episode 7 and episode 6 go. I almost just said the 2 in a row, and
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I gave myself a headache.
I didn't even catch that. Isn't that like? Isn't everybody done with that already yet, or is it still a thing?
Apparently, it's dead, but
Yeah.
Do dead things
ever truly die?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I was like. My brain just went to freaking 6, 7, and I was like, where? I was trying not to derail myself, and I totally did.
Yep.
This episode felt like it was leading to the penultimate episode. It felt like this episode would lead to the episode that has the ending follow it.
Yeah, which means that we're not going to see much of these guys in the next episode, because next episode we're going to see the Brotherhood. We're probably going to see the Legion, because they got to catch that up someplace. And we're going to see more Vault Dweller intrigue from inside the vault with 32 and 33. Yeah. So they've got 5 major plot lines going at once right now. They got and
2 penultimates.
Yeah, so we're going to see 2 penultimates. So this is I think next episode we're going to see I think next episode we're going to see more of the Legion coming in. Maybe some of the NCR stuff. I think we're going to see where things are with the Brotherhood and where Thaddeus and Maximus ran off to. And I think that they're probably they might be the ones to find the ghoul in Freeside, where he's been sticking around, where he got the
and that would make total sense. And then once the ghoul, once Maximus hears, "Oh, Lucy just got taken this way."
Oh yeah, then he's gonna just go on a fucking rampage, 100%.
And Thaddeus would probably follow him into hell at that point, because hey, yeah, you saved me kind of twice over now, and also you've done nothing but talk this girl up and say that
she better be worth it. Yeah,
she brought you a part of life that you didn't know could be had in this kind of wasteland. Let's find her. Show me that life.
Yeah. Or he just wants to go back to his child labor factory, making himself caps,
Go check on the kid ghouls.
Yeah.
I have a feeling
he left the 14-year-old supervisor over everybody else because they were the oldest. And it's going to come back and be straight up Lord of the Flies.
It'd have to be. Spin-off.
Fallout Shelter.
With kids.
There's a reality show. Oh, it's we're on hour 12 of a 16-hour shift of popping bottle caps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The amount of frustration that you get out of that would be great.
Yeah.
From both the workers and viewing. But I don't think it'd be all that good of a show, sadly. Give a shelter.
Yeah.
Nonsense as Asperilla. As much as I love. Oh my god. Yeah, it was super brief. Did you see that Magic the Gathering did another secret layer with Fallout? This time
Another
TV
one?
based. This one's TV show based though.
No shit. No, I did not see this.
It's so lazy. Lucy and I think the Ghoul, and I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe Coop is another character. They have individual cards and they're pretty cool. But the other ones, Sunset Sarsaparilla is just Nuka-Cola with a different skin. There's a Sunset Sarsaparilla vending machine, and it's just the Nuka-Cola machine with a different skin. It's like, come on, give it a little something. It's the biggest show on TV right now.
Magic the Gathering is infamous for, recycling cards like that, so that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fucked up. That's still, you know what, Littlefinger? I feel like that might be something that would happen. I think they would do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Between Fistos and
Mm-hmm.
I almost said Iron Fist, Power Fist. Whew.
Oh, that was I like that.
Yep.
Is it possible for me to both increasingly like Lucy more and also dislike her more because I just love Coop's character and the Ghoul so damn much?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it hurts, man. Like, it hurts seeing the two of them split up. It really does. It felt like a real loss, I mean, now here's the thing. It's no secret that his intention the entire time was to use her as a bargaining chip, like the whole time. Like, this is this is the Dark Tower. This is the first book of the Dark Tower, and this is throwing the kid down the fucking shaft. That's what this is. Spoilers for anybody who's never read the Dark Tower. Or letting, yeah. But this is the sacrifice that he's making to make his, and this is the greater good argument, because his greater good is finding his wife and child,
right?
And this is where moral relativism gets really slippery, because what happens when my morals clash with your morals? Who wins at that point? At that point, it becomes might makes right.
And realistically, Coop and the Ghoul know more than most of the other people around. He understands that it was Hank that dropped the bombs. Morally, he could do a lot more bad things and still be in the right,
technically, yeah, because you're talking about, taking down a guy who allegedly launched a nuclear holocaust here, potentially launched.
Well, and it seems like he might want to do so again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why he wouldn't. There's still factions out there that need to be killed, according to him.
Yep. Now, what was really interesting is that at the end of season one, season one, we were like, oh my God, Vault-Tec dropped the bombs. Vault-Tec dropped the bombs. That is canon. That is established. They didn't have to say it explicitly. Look at all the evidence. And now
first half of this show,
Mr. House comes in. I think Norm is alive. You actually saw him breathing. Unconscious but breathing at when Chet let him go. I think they're keeping him alive to torture him and probably inject him full of FEV and turn him into a super mutant. I think Norm is going to be Mr. CGI for the rest of the show. He's going to get incredible hulked. Yeah,
or he injects himself with that stuff to get revenge. Maybe.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep.
43 years old.
There are some people who've never seen Titanic, Peter, and they don't know that the boat fucking sinks. So, I mean, I hate to. They're yeah. You're welcome.
That's what happens in that movie.
Yeah. So I'm with you, but at the same time, that is something to be taken into consideration. So. Norm turns into cat. Yeah, I could. Yeah, you know what? That would be amazing if he just comes out of like whatever it is, and he's suddenly like 6'4" and just chiseled.
That'd be actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just picks up the old Silver Shroud costume and just starts going.
Oh my God! If Norm becomes the Silver Shroud, that'd be dope. That'd be hilarious. Norm for Silver Shroud. That's the new theory that we have to put on shorts to go viral. That's the new bullshit.
We'll put it on a T-shirt if we need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, we were talking about something and then got derailed with Norm.
Right before Norm, it was
oh my God.
Hank? Oh, it was Enclave. taking over, dropping the bombs. Because the first half of this season almost.
Yeah, and then Mr. House is like, well, it's not going to be Vault Tech, and it's not going to be me. Now that doesn't exclude them because Mr. House, although he claims he always wins, he's shown to be unstable and wrong from time to time. I mean, nobody is infallible. So
he knows he doesn't have all the cards either.
Yeah, he doesn't, and he admits to not having all the cards.
It's irksome.
Yeah, irksome. Yes. Oh, that was so great. No, Justin Thoreau is just fucking crushing this.
Yeah.
Show.
Yeah.
He is just crushing the character, and also, props to Raffi Silver. And man, I gotta I know everybody was talking body double the whole time. I was holding out for the evil older brother theory, and that would have been a fun direction to go in. But this works too for me. This works too. Yeah.
This is more Fallout in a lot of ways. The other one I think could have lended itself to better long-term stories, maybe, but also I don't think they're going to have trouble with that. And this felt very Fallout.
Yes. Where the megalomaniacal nut job is a megalomaniacal nut job. Yeah, that's sometimes things are exactly as they appear on their face.
Well, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, there's a good chance it's a duck.
It could be a rad roach.
It could be. You never know now.
Yeah.
You have to farm those.
Yeah. Oh no! You know what? It could be a synth. It could be a synth.
It could be a synth.
At least that's what everybody's theorizing. So
Sarah did just say something.
Plotline I don't like it. I don't like it because really they're a synth in disguise, and when that's revealed, everything's going to be fixed.
Right.
That's what I've been seeing, and I'm just like, oh my god, the copium is strong. Just keep huffing it, guys. Keep huffing it. Just enjoy the fucking ride. And honestly, what I really am glad to see is that the show's got its critics, but online, a lot of the discourse that I'm seeing is actually very positive. I did get into it with somebody on a thread. I try not to waste my time arguing with people on the internet. I really do. But somebody, I know, I used to be that guy, and I'm just like, I have a life to lead. I don't like spending hours nerd raging out at a keyboard about, no, you're wrong. But there was somebody who posted a single screenshot about Vault 21 being like, well, this NPC says that the basement was filled in after House took over the strip, and then it was turned into a hotel after that. So this the show directly contradicts this. The writers have no respect for canon. And I'm like, bro, the writers aren't going to go through 65,000 lines of dialogue to make sure that everything is compliant. And also you could easily hand wave that away as this character being an unreliable historian. They know what they've been told, but that might not necessarily be the truth. Yeah. I haven't seen Star Trek Academy yet, but I'm going to watch it this weekend. I'm actually looking. And Peter, you're 100% right. I feel like that right now, rage bait is what sells. Nobody wants to be positive, and they all want to generate clicks. So I think it's very cynical, but it generates clicks to shit on everything, and it's very sad because I think that as a creator, that sucks and it hurts, and it actually it discourages creativity. And it discourages people from taking chances and from doing new things. And it creates this, it incentivizes being bland and not taking risks. And then people are pissed off that media is bland and doesn't take risks. So it's a no-win scenario. And when people just fill the online discourse with nothing but hate and vitriol, and then it becomes hostile. It amps everybody up and makes them hostile towards the creators. I mean, the number of creators who have been performers, producers, writers who have been bullied off social media because somebody put out a video essay about why this show sucked and why this person's horrible, and everybody got out the torches and pitchforks. It's awful.
Yeah. The bias is towards the hate. The Vault 21 thing, though, it did make me roll my eyes in the same way that, because I literally just played the quest last week. And in the Vault Terminal and talking to Mr. House himself, he was not aware of Vault 21 until he found it in the house when he reopened the strip when NCR came through, according to the game lore. So it's a little bit nitpicky, but at the same time, it's like, hey, it does remind me of the Acolyte last year, where hey, that show there's a lot of discourse to have, but the one minor thing that became a major thing was Ki-Adi-Mundi, who's in the prequels, the guy with the tall head, should not have been alive during there, and they did specify that it was him in there, which is, I mean, technically canon breaking, and this is canon breaking in the same way that the Vault 21 is technically canon breaking the same way that moving Dinky the Dino around to face Novak was canon breaking. There's no way someone in a post-apocalyptic world without 40 suits of power armor or turning around a giant cement dino that was a gift shop that was facing outwards for a specific reason. So Boone and I forget the other guy, Manny Vargas, could look out over the wasteland to make sure the city and the town was safe. It is fundamentally changing something, but that something is also so minor. Is it worth getting up in arms about it, or I roll and keep moving a little bit because the rest of the show does such a damn good job?
And as we're seeing play out in reality right now, winners write the history books,
of course,
and the story becomes whatever is convenient for them.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
I love your hoodie, Sarah. Holy shit!
You just noticed
awesome.
it, yeah. It's got, oh, you can't see, but it's got like 33 on the back.
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah.
I
saw it when I was Christmas shopping. I was like, oh, I have to have that just to wear on here.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I got to get more Fallout stuff. I've got my one T-shirt that's in the laundry right now. Otherwise, but I got it. And my friends got me a Vault Tech coffee mug for Christmas. That was really sweet. So I love that. Yeah, I need more swag because capitalism. So
yeah, the only other thing I think either one of us has is the damn jet from.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yeah. Print. I still have mine. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I have to clean my apartment so bad. Jen and I are actually talking about moving right now, and we're talking about getting a bigger place in the same neighborhood that we're in. Mm-hmm. And when I do that, I'm going to dedicate a corner of the second bedroom that we're going to get into making that the streaming desk, so I can not just sit on the corner of my couch in my living room and have.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I'm glad y'all are thinking about staying in the valley because I don't know what it is.
Oh, dude, yeah, I love it here. I'm happy here. I'd
so much rather be in the valley than anywhere else in the
Yeah, we've been living in this apartment for as long as we've been married, so 16, 17 years now. So like we need to change.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's a one bedroom. Like it's
that's small. Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
We could use a change. So we're talking about like getting and the only reason why we stayed here is because we had like rent control and it was and we had a great rate for the longest time, but now I'm like after 16 years it has crept up to the point where it's almost as much as we're at the high end of a one bedroom, so it's almost like as much as a low end of a two bedroom, and we're like it's worth it to
have that second bedroom.
Yeah, it's worth it for the extra space at this point. So
yeah.
I could use a self-tape studio. So
self-tape, have somewhere for Jen to paint all of her goblins and dragons and everything, which would be so cool.
Yeah, no, we're like that's going to be the self-tape studio and crafting room, So yeah,
the what room?
Crafting room, yes, for the crafts, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's just I just had to point it out for a second.
Yes.
It's too good. The alliteration tickled me too much.
I know. And people are always like, "Oh, stagecrafts, like your last name." Like, yeah, that was yes. You cracked the code.
Good job.
Congratulations, you have deciphered my evil plan. Yeah.
Where's our soundboard?
Hey, soundboard. We have never used that on this show.
We have. It's just it's very far and few between.
Oh God. Well, yeah, we have the little. I suppose that's where the little musical cues come from. The little dun da 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 dun dun. Yeah. I have that in my I will be walking around hearing that in the back of my head, Harris. That fucking jam that you use to get
a little lo-fi. Well, because remember, you and I chose it. I think it was either you and I or Sarah and I chose it because we
chose it for Fallout or not Fallout for Farscape.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, not that one. The other one.
When we first started the show, yeah.
And then we did Farscape. We were like, no, just lo-fi it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes me. My brain connects that with Farscape now.
Yeah.
That's just my streaming brain now. That second I hear it, I'm like, I got 2.5 minutes. Go grab tea. That's where my brain goes.
Yep. Make the coffee real quick. Yep. Get the Keurig going. Has the increased merch and so on made enough money for Bethesda to make a lot more TV? Bethesda's not involved in the TV show, other than the fact that they own the IP.
Right.
Well, they do.
But they're not the producers, and that's a different thing. And people have been trying to do video game adaptations for TV and movies for years, and this is by far the best. But who remembers the original Super Mario Brothers movie? Man, they've been trying this shit for 30 years.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, it's hard. Good. It's hard. So they're not the first ones to do this. I think that they can see. I think they're seeing what happens when it's done well, right now. You know. But I think there have been other good adaptations. I think this is the best, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
they've seen the biggest uptick that they've ever seen before as well.
Yeah. More people playing 76, more active. I mean, if you look at the Steam numbers, more people playing 4, 3, New Vegas. Yeah. I haven't seen the Halo series. I don't know if it's any good or not, or how faithful it is. I mean, the trailers look pretty good to me, but.
I liked it. I don't know how faithful it is to it's more of like a story in the Halo universe. And I think people were trying to want it to be like the game, and it wasn't. And so everybody hated on it, but I thought it was good.
Yeah. I think Sarah and I think Jay was kind of in the same tune where we all really enjoyed it as a sci-fi show, but also I don't think any of us know the Halo lore enough I definitely don't know it like Fallout. And it just wasn't, I don't think Master Chief was, if they would have just called Master Chief a different Spartan or something like that, then I think people would have been a lot happier. But the fact that it was Master Chief, I think rubbed a whole lot of people wrong, and all the true hardcore Halo fans,
right,
not too happy about it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I really want to see is more new content, but unfortunately, Elder Scrolls is the bigger franchise for Bethesda, so therefore they're going to focus on that. And they're going to get the next Elder Scrolls out, and then they'll do Fallout 5, which is going to take 5 to 10 years or 5 years for them to do that, because it's going to be bigger and more sprawling. So the best thing they can do is do the remasters of the existing games, and all they keep doing is just doing new anniversary editions and collector's editions of the same thing. So basically reselling slapping a new box on something, and not even like a new fresh coat of paint. They're just throwing it in a new box and sending it off, Yeah. I mean, I would love to see these games updated for next gen consoles. And I honestly, as a Mac user, I have a PC, but as a Mac user, I would love to see 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, and 4 all adapted for Mac, because that's me. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to bring it up. I don't know if the website is still up or not, but did y'all see the countdown clock? The timer?
I've heard about this. Yeah. What is this?
So everyone's thinking it is and the big prevailing theory, I should say, is that it is a Fallout 3 and a Fallout New Vegas remaster shadow dropping on the same day. If that happens, excuse my French, but I'm gonna shit my britches, and I'm gonna have it's gonna be a big day. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah. And it's the timer ends when the season 2 finale airs.
The timer ends when the season 2 finale airs. So that is most definitely the more likely option.
Yeah.
But as fans of big Bethesda properties tend to do, we like to theorize and unravel things and look further, because Bethesda likes us to look further. So it is their fault that we do this, but also...
Well, and also because when people pull similar stunts, there are some who have gone and over-delivered so much that they've really kind of set a standard,
Totally.
And set expectations. And now if people do anything less, it's a disappointment.
It is.
I mean... But I think that's part of what fed the whole conformity gate. You know, is the idea that, oh my God, wouldn't it be amazing? And I watch some of those videos because, man, sometimes it's fascinating to watch people go down some unhinged rabbit holes.
Yes.
And, but they were pulling from like, well, Stephen King wrote a whole book going like where it was like, here's your happy ending. Do not read any further unless you want your happy ending ruined. You know.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, they took so much influence from Stephen King. And there's a whole D&D module that I thought it was Vecna in it, but no, it was Acererak, another lich, another undead wizard, where it's a Tomb of Annihilation, where in the OG Tomb of Annihilation, at one point you fight a fake Acererak, and when you kill him, the module actually says, close the book, start putting your shit away, congratulate the players on a wonderful job that they just did. You know, and then at the next session, have Acerak's minions attack him and reveal that he's still alive. You know, or you could just end the campaign right there. But there's a whole other chamber where the son of a bitch is hiding in the bottom of there's an even deeper sub level where he's hiding and still has you know, a form. And then you have to be incredibly clever to decipher this stuff. Like, it would require out of game metagaming knowledge in order to figure this out. But they go through, but what gets me is that they go so far to say that in the book they say close the book and end the session, congratulate them on a successful adventure, you know, and it's not over, you know. So I can understand some of the hype behind it being like, man, wouldn't it be incredible? But there was just so much. Other than that, there was so much of an overwhelming lack of evidence that there was anything else coming. And that's why it was like wishful. Because you think if they shot a whole 9th episode, that they wouldn't have, that somebody would have leaked.
Yeah.
Would have leaked. I mean, the whole plot to fucking Doomsday is out already because of leaks, you know, and I'm avoiding them like the plague. I haven't even watched the mini trailers yet.
I've only watched 2, and I usually love watching them all. But I'm with you. I just kind of, I don't care enough to watch it either anymore. I care enough to go to the movie theater.
Yeah. I'm gonna go see the movie. I like going into Marvel movies as fresh as possible. You know, I don't like having, you know, I've heard the theories. I'm trying to avoid it. So I'm pretty ignorant about what's coming.
I'm the opposite. I love the hype of it all and theorizing, and I like the anticipation going to the movie theater, even if I know a few things. Okay, so how are they going to make that work? You know?
Yeah. Halloween was supposed to be an anthology series, and the fact that the 3rd movie bombed so hard, that's why they just went back to Michael Myers, you know. But that was supposed to be an anthology horror series, which is why Halloween 3 has nothing to do with the rest of them, you know.
H2O.
Yeah, and then
Stranger Things.
Yeah, reboots drive me insane, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
yeah,
I sound like a grumpy old man now, you know.
Hey, sometimes the world needs it's different people. Sometimes a grumpy man is what the world needs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that does sound like a little bit of a kitchen
100%. You know, I think, and I'm intrigued and I'm excited, and I know it's going to be X-Men versus Avengers, and there's going to be a lot of wish fulfillment happening in there, and we're going to see. I also think that we're going to see an insane body count, and then when Battle World comes around, it's all going to be retconned. So. You know, yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hyped, but I'm cautiously hyped. So
I'm just so over it. I'm so glad we have things like Fallout and Murderbot and Foundation and all these other
I am too
cool things to actually discuss that are cool things rather than. All right, we're gonna do the same. I mean, and hey, everybody's got a formula. We love Stargate, and Stargate is very formulaic in a lot of ways, but
it's
so
good.
overdone on the MCU.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with it too. I'll watch it because I'm supposed to, I guess, and I'll give it a chance. But
it feels like, and don't kill me, Greg. It feels like the Die Hard formula, but worse. In the sense of, well, I love the Die Hard formula. But, you know, after they did Die Hard for the next 10 years, how many Die Hards did we get?
Oh my God.
Since Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy.
We're just trying to recapture the original magic of Die Hard, and they've failed to some degree or another. But yeah, no, Speed is Die Hard on a bus. There's
Die Hard on a boat.
Die Hard on a boat. Die Hard on a plane. Die Hard on
a train.
Yeah, because Die Hard, it was the first time you saw an action movie where the hero was an everyman. That somebody that wasn't some muscle-bound, roided out superhuman.
Black Ops somebody,
Yeah, exactly. Where the guy's a New York cop who's a former Marine, and there are guys that can actually relate to that, And that was the whole reason when we did a very Die Hard Christmas. I was trying to play the stereotype of the John Matrix and the Rambos and all these superhuman, larger than life characters. Although Rambo actually did start out with much humbler roots, and then became like the superhuman killing machine. Because it's the enshittification of everything. That's the Die Hard influence at that point. Sorry, I could go off on a rant, but the whole reason why we did that's right, Die Hard Christmas. I played Carl not as a friggin' 6 foot tall blonde ballerina.
Agree.
I'm not a 6 foot tall blonde ballerina. But more importantly, like I have
could be though.
I at least have the frame of someone who could be a bodybuilder. Like even though I'm much softer than that, I have the framework. And the guy that we had playing John McClane was like 5'8" and skinny, and it was we played this intentionally as a passing of the torch between the generations of action heroes. Where we go from the superhuman to the everyman. And that was like the subtext that the critics did not understand when but then again, expecting LA theater critics to have any sort of media literacy is a stretch in itself. Anyway. I had to explain it to somebody, and then they were like, I had to explain it to one of the critics, and then they kind of shouted it out in their review, but it was largely lost on folks, so it is what it is. We took a big swing, and I'm very proud of the results. But my back hurts so much, I'm not going back and doing that again this year. I'm getting too old.
You're not gonna do it this year?
I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm not even gonna direct it. I'm just gonna produce it this year. I'm gonna let Veronica's gonna direct it again this year. She did a great job last year, and we're gonna pull in somebody else to play Carl. We'll hold auditions. But I had fun. I got to do it. It was a role that I've been wanting to check off for a while, so I'm really glad I got to do it. But yeah, it was a lot. So
we'll fly Matt out, our Stargate Matt and Doctor Who Matt from
okay.
He's 6'2" or 3 or 4.
Anything?
We'll find out.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I can't avoided the reviews give those of us that in the cast that couldn't sing a beating. So anyway, where were we?
Just overall with Fallout, we kind of MCU'd for a second there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm so glad to have Fallout fill the void, fill the void of excitement that has been there for the last 15, 18 years of what the MCU's brought. We've got Fallout. Game of Thrones did it to a degree, but it kind of did it simultaneously and captured just a whole different zeitgeist. But Fallout is, I think, like by far the biggest show around right now. I think the only other shows that do similar numbers are House of the Dragon and just remnants of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they had Kyle MacLachlan was on the Today Show yesterday, but he was coming on just as I was leaving to take my daughter to her school, so I couldn't watch it. But
oh no!
And he's going to be at Emerald City Comic Con, by the way, too.
Oh, sweet!
So,
hey, Mr. Twin Peaks.
Get to see him or not, but
it was good to get a Twin Peaks reference in the same week that we're celebrating David Lynch passing after a full year.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
Oh yeah, we watched Dune when that happened.
We did.
The '84 Dune. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Still, I love it. It's not as good as the new ones, but I do it. Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on Fallout? Because we're about an hour and a half into this puppy. What are our final thoughts besides just, oh my God, we've been set up for so much for these next 2 episodes, and the finale is going to be.
I just want to say we're eating good. we're eating real good right now, and I
Mhm.
want to express gratitude for for great characters, great performers,
Mhm.
great arcs, and they have continually turned this universe on its head, so you never quite know which way is up, and I am really glad for that. I heard like early on that critics who had seen the full season are going to be like, yeah, people will be about it, and I'm like, I don't know where the hell they're getting that from, unless
Right.
they just absolutely fail to stick the landing. But I feel
Yeah.
like, which is always a possibility.
Mhm.
Endings, finales are hard,
Yeah.
but I mean, they've set up such great tension. They've set up such great stakes. The relationships are like intricate and interesting, and I am enjoying the arcs. And you know what? I mean, honestly,
Mhm.
like Ella Purnell is crushing it because her descent into moral relativism and that slippery slope is so.
Mhm.
She's you see the justifications, you see why they're logical, and then you
Yeah.
see where and but you already know where it's going, and you're like, oh honey, no, and that's where she's headed, and I fucking dig
Mhm.
it. So
And, you know, Ella Purnell's always been great.
yeah,
Walton Goggins can just chew through a scene like few others can,
Yeah, he's
and
he
we
just
give him
sat
his
and
flowers all the
brooded,
time.
and he just was so engaging, just brooding.
Oh
without
yeah,
saying
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
Like God damn, that is
Jon Snow's got
you talk
nothing on
about aura.
Goggins.
That is aura. Walton Goggins
Mhm.
has aura.
and
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and
Yep. I
because
loved
we
him in
talk about him and
Tide
his
and
acting
Sons of
so much.
Anarchy. Yeah, he's great.
Oh, that's so as Venus, yeah, absolutely.
Venus and is so good.
Yeah,
The
that was
first
so
time I ever saw
good playing that kid. That he was so good at doing that. Oh my god,
Mhm.
I loved it.
Little
Fearless.
Texas boy, I didn't know what I was watching back. I was like 11 years old watching Sons of Anarchy for the first time. Like, hey, probably shouldn't be watching this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I was like, what is going on? And then Venus is just such a good character. You're like, I
Yeah.
might not understand everything at 11 years old, but I'd be friends with Venus. It's just one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
No matter how good he is, though.
Speaking of SOA, shout out to Ryan Hurst for getting cast as fucking Kratos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be so
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
Yeah. That's gonna be
That's
dope.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's
My
fantastic.
husband has his Funko thing of that
his
character.
as Kratos or as he has the Kratos one
The
or
Sons of Anarchy character.
Oh, so he's got
What's the character's
Opie.
Opie, yes. Opie.
I wanted to say Happy, and I knew that was wrong.
Yeah.
Happy's David
Mhm.
LaBrava.
Yeah,
The
who also is incredible, and yeah,
Mhm.
He's
and,
one of
and
the better
live
parts of
long
the
and
Mayans.
happily life, happily ever after, as long as you don't watch Mayans. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
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 Well, and as much as we do gush and ghoul about old Walton Goggins, frickin' Ella Purnell is chewing
Oh,
just as
God.
much scenery. I
She's
mean,
killing it.
obviously, Goggins is under makeup and he gets the cooler lines and the better this because it's just such a cool character.
I don't know. Ella
But
Purnell's
Ella
making
Purnell.
Okie cool again, so I don't know. She's
Yeah.
pulling it off.
Her and Aaron Moten. I think Aaron Moten
Yeah.
kind of gets not pushed down a little bit, but
Yeah.
the two of them being kind of your head honchos and walking around wandering with them,
Yeah.
with them mostly mentally, but
And Aaron
all
Moten's
three of them are just
great with, like showing the internal conflict of a child who's never really had the opportunity to mature, but has been forced to grow up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, like his internal conflict, he's playing it so well. Like the torn loyalties, the anguish that he was feeling, you really felt for him when he's confronting oh my God, name.
He still should have shot Quintus.
Oh,
but
he
you're feeling
absolutely.
for it.
But you
You're
understand
feeling
why
it.
he didn't, because this
Uh-huh.
is like that's like the final bridge you cross before you leave the life, everything you've ever known forever.
Mhm. Try to build something new. And emphasis on
That's
try.
terrifying. Yeah, try. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh.
Dude, we are eating fucking good with this show, and I'm so glad. And honestly,
Mhm.
I don't care if we don't get Boone. I don't care if we don't get any of these, any of the companions or Raoul. It would be fun. It would be cool. but it would be like, hey, here's some fan service, you know. And I'm really glad that they're just letting these people exist in this world, and we're seeing their story. You know, we don't have to have them all be part of the greater interconnected Fallout universe. Let's center them in their tale right now and see what their experience is, set against this wonderfully rendered and very like visually accurate backdrop, you know. So hell yeah.
We like you said, we're just eating good.
Yeah,
we've got all the Blanco mac and cheese we could eat in front of us right now.
Yeah, no, and and yeah, you're right. Well, I think that's also a product of Hollywood not or basically pulling up the ladder behind the Hollywood Institute pulling up the ladder behind itself right now and not allowing for the creation of more stars, because they've really reduced the number of opportunities there are for performers. You know, they're putting out less stuff, so as a result, there's fewer opportunities for people to build a career at the moment. So, you know, if they keep banking on the same names over and over again, and people are getting older. So
it's the whole reason why people, as phenomenal as a performer as he is, people were like, get Pedro Pascal off my screen during the summer last year.
I'm kind of tired of him, and Ryan Reynolds too, and who else? Somebody else. I can't remember.
I love Ryan Reynolds, but I'm right there with you.
It's kind of tired of his act.
Well, and the bad part about it is you tire them out as performers so much, where you get not always, but you tend to lessen their performances by putting them in everything, because hey, and it's possible. We all remember Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly, and going back on the set, like literally 2 sets for like 20 hours a day for a while, and he had 2 great performances, you know, in his TV show that's eluding me.
Family Ties.
Family Ties. I was like Days of Our Lives, but that's definitely not right. Family Ties. And of course, Back to the Future stuff. But now, if you put Pedro and everything, and if you put Ryan frickin' Reynolds and everything, as much as the guy is such a good performer, they just end up doing the same damn performance over and over and over again, and it is tiring.
Yeah,
because you don't give them enough time to get. I hate to complain as an actor, because yes, we're struggling to get jobs more than just about any other freaking industry, but when we get a job, it is nice.
And on top of that, we're being threatened to be replaced by AI, you know, and AI generated video is only getting better and better. And, you know, like theater is going to be the only place where actors can thrive soon. Peter, I hear you about Strange New Worlds, and NCIS is another show that keeps going on and on, where they bring in new co-stars. But you got to understand, those are 2 shows out of a handful that are being produced, compared to how LA alone used to have over 80 TV shows in production, and not to mention feature films, but 80 TV shows in production that every episode every season would be 20 something episodes long. Every episode would have anywhere from, you know, 1 to 5 or more co-stars, and, you know, 3 to 5 guest stars.
Yep.
You're not seeing those numbers anymore. You're seeing single digit numbers of TV shows in production. So while one show has a lot of unknown 30 plus actors, we're not like the whole industry has shrunk so much, because what they're doing is they're funneling, instead of like shotgunning stuff out there and putting a little bit of money into lots of different projects, they're putting a shit ton of money into a handful of projects. And that reduces the number of, well, you know, it helps that the minimum wage in California is $17 an hour. You know, like it's an expensive state to live in, but it is all relative. You know, I see people giving a shit about the gas prices, but I'm like, but our minimum wage is a hell of a lot higher than the nationally mandated one, and what a lot of other states have. So
it's still
if you look at percentages, you know, like
sure, but the quality of living is so much better elsewhere too. Like, I guess going back to Texas for a little bit, seeing $1.98 gas prices and $2.13 gas prices, and people just being happier, people just having more money in their pocket. Their dollar goes so much further. Yeah, we might have the higher minimum wage, but it doesn't go further. Your dollar goes so much, it stops. You get to spend that dollar on one thing. That's it. Not any other state, but it's a conundrum. It is a conundrum, and I don't think any of us have the right answers for it. Hopefully,
it's not that different here in Seattle. It's pretty expensive too. So
yeah. Sometimes keep it simple, stupid works, and hopefully Hollywood can find a way to make that work again, because we
Well,
need.
Hollywood's been taken over by the multinational corporations who find it cheaper to fly entire productions to Eastern Europe or to Scotland or to everywhere else. They'll do that to save a dime rather than keep the job here in America. And that's the thing, is that the Hollywood studios used to be based in Hollywood, and that's where they were.
Right.
Now they're multinational, they're part of international conglomerates, and this is now the whole world's their oyster. And they'll just wherever it's cheapest, and that's the problem.
So a lot of states used to incentivize them staying in the state, right? So maybe they'll get back around to doing that.
Well, and
Carolina, Georgia,
Newsom just but that's the thing, is that every state's trying to, like, there are tons of states trying to pass these incentives, and that's why Atlanta was a place for a minute, and that's why New Jersey was a place for a minute, and New Mexico, and that's why Newsom just passed last year passed the $750 million tax incentive packed lure production back, and that worked a little bit. Fallout came back for that reason. Hey, huzzah!
We got to peek over the curtain a little bit, which was
cool. But they can't compare with the deep pockets and being able to go shoot everything in Eastern Europe for half the cost, or not even like 20% of the cost. They just can't compete. So
I know it's another dicey topic, but ultimately, it feels like, I'm not saying it is, but it feels like it's SAG's fault. SAG is the biggest monopoly in this industry, and it's no different than a mega corporation of anything else. It gets in the way of creativity just as much as it helps people get there. And as I hate saying that, because it should be something
debate topic.
I see your point, but as a card carrying member of SAG, and I'm just being transparent,
of course, I'm not.
I see your point. SAG is existing to guarantee minimums in both wages and standards, and I don't think SAG is. I've heard people say that SAG is an archaic organization, and I think it is behind the times. I voted no on the last agreement because I didn't like how they were handling AI.
And hopefully
they were woefully underprepared for it. I don't care what Duncan Ireland Crabtree was saying, or Crabtree Ireland was saying. I thought they sent us up the fucking river with that. But the problem isn't. I think SAG is an easy scapegoat for the employers who are like, oh, the union, we don't want to deal with the union. Well, of course they don't want to deal with the union, because the union enforces minimums, and tries to help its members and enforces safety standards, when the studio system used to chew people up and spit them out and have women on diets of cigarettes and water so they could be super skinny for the camera, and have stars in abusive contracts that underpaid them for doing 5, 6, 10 movies in a row at a time. There's reasons why the union exists, and I think it's incredibly important. I think that but the bigger problem is that these media companies have all been bought up by international conglomerates, and you have Amazon, which was a fucking online store producing television now, and you have Apple, that's a fucking technology company producing television now, and they have global reach and global resources, and they're going to go wherever it's cheapest. I mean, that's the fuck, and they can hem and haw all day and bitch all day about how it's
have a passport.
The bad thing is those two specific channels are making the best stuff too,
and they're the biggest fish, and they've got the most power, and they got the most money, and that basically they're setting the rules and they're setting the agenda now, because they're the ones. They got the money, they got the power. So
in that same light, SAG shouldn't try to aim to be that, because it very much has seemed, especially the last 20, 25 years, it seems like SAG has aimed to, as they incorporated AFTRA, SAG and AFTRA should be totally separate. All of the different specific unions should be, it's turned into something much more vitriolous than, because SAG is just as vitriolous towards new actors and new smaller actors. If you've been able to, obviously, I've been here for 6-7 years. Oh God. Around that time.
I remember the merger. I voted in favor of the merger because I saw where media companies were going, and with the advent of streaming, how traditional television and film contracts no longer applied. You needed one union to handle the new frontier that was online streaming, which is not regulated the same way. That's
right.
And it was very reactionary, and it made sense for a moment. It does not make sense any longer. And it keeps people from, it keeps your small fish from ever being able to become a fish. The small fish just get eaten up by anything else. It is almost impossible, nigh impossible, to jump into anything nowadays. It's the lack of everything going on in production, like we talked about. It's single digits productions rather than double digits. There are a lot of non-union things, and yes, non-union can have some really bad things, like you were just said. There's certain people that don't treat it as much because don't treat their actors, their crew, et cetera, as well, because they don't legally have to. Which, hey, if you're doing that, shame on you. I mean, simply put, just shame on you. Like, you should treat your workers, no matter what industry you're in, as well as you can. That's how you get people to work best for you. That being said, it sucks. What is the there's a definition of a SAG member, Greg, and I'm sure you'll remember it better than I will. Is you can be a SAG member and a voting SAG member, or you can be a member and also do non-union projects. What's it called?
You basically your financial core.
And
that was pushed through by Republicans who wanted people to have the right for work, which is really the right to work for less.
Well,
you want to get let's get fucking spicy here, okay? You know, right to work is bullshit. But let me tell you, the industry is so hard right now. I'm not gonna lie, I took a long, hard look at FICOR, going like the only things that are happening right now are all non-union, and there's nothing else happening right now. I decided to vote instead of going non-union or going FICOR, which is a non-voting or a non-voting, non-member of the union who still gets to work with benefit of contract. You know,
that's what I don't love about that is
I hate that. I hate that. It's selling out everybody around you. Now I have never I have never had a union contract on a big project. I've had a couple of union contracts on indie projects that I've been in, small things, some new media stuff. But the best professional contracts I've worked under have all been background, but I still won't sell it out because you got to draw the line somewhere. And I don't know. I have big feelings, and unfortunately I really I have to go. Otherwise I'd stay here and dig in and throw it out there.
4-hour podcast.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, if we want to do another state of the industry podcast at one point, yeah. I mean, I did the debate with Jamie, it
was a great one. That was awesome.
That was a good.
That was a fun one. I remember walking into that and hearing him go, "You fuckers should just get back to work." And I'm like, "Wait, I thought you were you're arguing in favor of his argument threw me for such a complete loop." That was a good time.
I love when Jamie, even if he doesn't believe in the side of the argument he's going for, he's like,
he goes all in.
No, big
respect.
I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I have so many thoughts.
It's just so dicey. And
I also want to say that these are my own personal opinions and do not reflect the stances of SciTrek as a channel. Just throwing that out there.
Right.
And same here.
Yeah.
All of ours are respective opinions per any of us. And hey, like everything in life, compromise is two parties not necessarily 100% agreeing with one another, and finding common ground to move forward. And I think that's been lost a lot. FICO in SAG seems like a little bit of that, but also it's just so screwy from both directions as well that it adds politicalization to it that shouldn't be there when people are just trying to work. When the company they're a part of or program they're a part of keeps them from being able to get the better work, there is something wrong with that. But also, hey, the work we're getting you is going to ensure you better pay, is going to ensure you better qualities of being on set and working there after the fact as well. There is that yin and yang to it. And who knows what'll actually end up happening in the long term. But I don't like how the FICO folks don't get voting status in anything.
I think if they're going to take non-union contracts, then they absolutely should lose their vote. 100%. That's the trade-off.
Yeah. See, I would disagree wholeheartedly with that. Where that brings SAG into the monopoly. Where hey, my rules. When I feel like it's moving the goalpost, they move the goalpost far too often.
Not at all. This was a forced reaction to a federal law that was changed because Republicans passed right to work. That is not SAG moving goalposts. That is the environment changing, and they being forced to put non-union members on union or forced to allow union members to work off the card because of state laws. So that's not SAG moving the goalposts. That's the law changing, and that's the reality of the situation.
You know? Sure. Only constant in life is change, and if SAG wants to put their line in the sand that people can't work unless these are like specific, if people are willing to work elsewhere, people are willing to work elsewhere. Just because they're part of SAG doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to go work elsewhere. It is a conundrum, and who knows what the actual right thing is, because both sides of that can be very well argued and have been many times over.
Yeah, well, I think that the state of the industry right now has reduced SAG-AFTRA's power significantly, and its influence. Social media has made the commercial market basically 98% non-union. There's and
the other 2% is AI.
Yeah, exactly. And AI. I mean, honestly, I've had lots of conversations with folks about if they think the industry is coming back, and honestly, I don't know how we come back from this as an industry. I feel like that this is the next step in forced evolution, like a virus. Yeah. All right, I do have to go. And also it's getting a little spicy up in this bitch right now, and I want to make sure that if we're going to go down these paths, I have a more articulated argument and I'm not reacting emotionally. So but I got nothing but love for everybody. Harris, no, I agree with you on a lot of things. I want you to know that. So, especially what you talked about. And I think that there's I think there's a lot going on, and I feel like that. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna head out. I'm gonna head out because I'm supposed to be at lunch 15 minutes away in 5 minutes. So yeah, I gotta go.
A political show. Oh, that's politics, Trek.
I don't know.
That's Jamie's job.
I need to fortify my liver a lot before I do that. All right.
To end it out, compromise is two parties coming together and not 100% agreeing on things. And I hope, whether it be SAG, whether it be whatever, people can find that compromise going forward. We all want to work. We all want more good freaking projects to watch and enjoy and
there needs to be an independent renaissance. There needs to be a renaissance of independent media. There needs to be, and I feel like that might be the free market reaction eventually.
But isn't that kind of starting already? It seems like maybe a little bit.
Neon almost did, and then A24 almost just became a smaller big studio. And I'm kind of, as much as I still love their stuff, that's another conversation. That's a much larger conversation.
Democratization of media and everybody being able to put together a channel and have a platform has really been the enshittification of media too, which is a whole other spicy hot take that we could go down at one point.
It's both great and it's quality over quantity at the same time.
The amount of quantity of brain rot that's out there and the lack of quality is just ridiculous. All right. Anyway. So yeah,
we've almost hit 2 hours.
Yeah. All right, I gotta go.
He's gonna get out of here.
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Greg, if you need to go right now, I'll just do the little spiel real quick.
Awesome.
But you will see all of us again, at least Greg and I, for sure, on Tuesday evening for the next Fallout episode, on episode 6. In the meantime, though, you'll see the two of us on Sunday for Sci-Fi Sundays, and hopefully a few other folks, of course. And then again for Patreon, Farscape Patreon stream on Monday itself. That being said, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We're terrible. I forgot to put the thing up earlier. But we also have the Patreon up again, and the memberships are up and running again. So if you'd like to, and you have an inkling of wanting to do that, hey, we'd love you for it. We already love you in the meantime, though. Thank you for being you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yep. Right. Guys, we'll see you soon. In the meantime, stay weird and stay wild in the wasteland.
Damn right. Adios.